Alright, family, this is my July 4th, 2019 part 2 video. Now, so to kind of wrap it up, because we got to talk about the guns for real. Now, you always used to hear the story, ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. And what did Marshal Bruce Mathers III call himself? Rabbit, right? And I remember after being on the East Coast Wagon Train program, you understand what I'm saying? It's a program for, behavior teens. You understand what I'm saying? It's supposed to, give them a sense of, independent structure or whatever and stuff. And they used to have rabbits. I remember that. And I remember also, when leaving the program or whatever and coming back and getting my first apartment on King Drive, and I had bought a rabbit and stuff. I fed it, lettuce, but it was shit all over the house all the time, right? And so I put it in the cage and I wrapped like a little belt around it, and it kept getting out. You understand what I'm saying? And one time it got out, but it played dead. I think it really did. I really think it played dead and stuff. And I called my ex-girlfriend, Donna Marie Evans, the Italian stallion. You understand what I'm saying? And I said, I think Rabbit is dead. Now, this is my first apartment. I'm young. I'm trying to figure stuff out, right? And she said, well, put it in the bag and throw it in the garbage. I was always told if it ain't buried, you understand what I'm saying, it ain't dead. Now, just yesterday, I took a picture of a rabbit at this house up north, and it used to be a daycare center. And I remember this one girl taking me to the house and stuff, and they had turned it into like a halfway house for girls or whatever and stuff. But the picture is still on the fence, you understand what I'm saying, on Chase and Clark, with the address or whatever, saying that it's a daycare center for children or whatever and stuff. But when I went by it yesterday, it was, up for sale or whatever the case is and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? But I seen a rabbit on the lawn and stuff next door to the place that I'm talking about and stuff. And I took a picture of it, and this white guy, just kind of looked out of place. You understand what I'm saying? He was mowing his lawn and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? On the other, lot next to the lot where the rabbit was. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, this is looking kind of weird and stuff. But for it to be closed, that house, you understand what I'm saying? Because anywhere that people take me is a reason for it and stuff. And I'm figuring it all out. Bottom line is, the invaders who came to steal, kill, and destroy after my people generated a lot of money, you understand what I'm saying, and railroaded me, is setting up camp. And they don't want to take care of no children. So I'm trying to figure out where's all these children going. Because back in the day, AA used to have children. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Coming in, the rooms and stuff. And I remember being, nurturing them as far as, holding the children and things of that nature or whatever and stuff. It felt more like family and stuff. But nowadays, you barely see a child. And if you do, they're older. You don't see no babies. See, bottom line, they don't like responsibilities. Like I said in the first video, this one lady on the west side, after they railroaded me and put me in a shelter called Hope House on the west side, told me, a black lady, that, she wished that my mother had killed me when I was a baby. Now, I don't know if that was her way of trying to tell me what white people are doing to people of color, or she really meant that stuff. But I felt she meant it, and I gave her a hug. But when, I was working out one day and I was drinking too much water, and I dropped my bottle of water, that was God telling me, don't drink no more. But this white lady ran and picked up the water bottle and gave it to me. And when I drank it, I felt like, oh man, I almost died and stuff. And I was staying at the shelter at the time, and that same black lady, was there to open up the doors that wasn't supposed to be open at the time and allow me to lay down and rest and stuff. But I had to take the train and the bus back to the shelter. And within that period of time, if they really wanted me dead, I would have been dead. I don't know if they thought I was going to die on the way or whatever, but, you know, they probably was, but God saved me. You understand what I'm saying? I thank my higher power for that. But ever since then, they've been trying to kill me, so it's like, you know, a lose-lose either way it go and stuff. And I'm not in the best of health right now either, but because of, you know, a 2016 incident when they put me on the psych ward and, you know, and held me down and gave me all kind of shots with God knows what kind of diseases. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I said all that to say, you know, it's all about the money. It's always been about the money. And, you know, my so-called sister, Linda Nelson, she had 4 girls and stuff. This is a true story. I was selling general merchandise at a flea market in Chicago, Swaparama, but on 43rd and Ashland. Mostly Mexicans now, but back then it was, you know, more people of color, but the people of color were hating on me. You understand what I'm saying? Imagine that. And now it was all Mexicans pretty much. You understand what I'm saying? For real, for real. And, you know, I used to, you know, sell my merchandise or whatever, and I tried to get the family involved because I felt like, you know, I'm trying to work with them, but, you know, business and family don't mix. And I said, hey, I give all my nieces $200 a piece. It was around Christmas time. You understand what I'm saying? Just give me the rest and stuff. 4 nieces, that would have been $800. Do you know what? They didn't even make no money for me. You understand what I'm saying? All they made was the $200. Now, I wasn't one counting the money and things of that nature. I know they made more than $200. You understand what I'm saying? They just didn't give it to me. You understand what I'm saying? But the leftovers I took to the streets and got rid of no problem because, you know, the people knew me, you know, in the streets because I built up my clientele for years and years, ever since I was about 20 years old and stuff, you know. So, you know, I had my clientele. Yeah, but I said that to say, you know, my sister, who was supposed to have been my sister, only took me in because my mother or whoever had some money. You understand what I'm saying? And they just ran game on me. The people who I thought may have been my mother probably was not my mother because they drink, drug, smoke, and do all kind of stuff. I didn't. You understand what I'm saying? And real Native Americans, we just don't get on like that and stuff. We believe in spiritual, you know, experiences, things of that nature and stuff like that. So, you know, I never connected with them. And if I did, it was always a problem. You understand what I'm saying? For real. It was always a problem. They always popped up when I was trying to tell my story or I was making a decent living for myself, for real. Basically, it boiled down, they couldn't stand the fact that I was making it without them and stuff. You understand? And, you know, they just wanted to fuck up my name and shit. So, you know, I'm the type of person like this. I give a person enough rope to hang themselves. And even me, goddammit, because I know my spirit gonna come back and, you know, whoop their ass just like it's whooping it now. You understand what I'm saying? For real. All by myself, just like Tupac said. Me against the world. Real talk, that's true. So, you know, the white people, they got the guns now. See, what it was, you know, they allowed me to have a gun at one time. And then they took my privileges away. When they disarmed me, for real, they was disarming a peaceful person and stuff. And now it's the left-handed people, you understand what I'm saying, that's got the gun, the rabbits. Marshall Bruce Mathers, he's left-handed. Oprah, left-handed. My ex-girlfriend, LaWanda Joy Jacobs, left-handed. You understand what I'm saying? Barack Obama, left-handed. You understand what I'm saying? We're not even supposed to be, it's, you know, these holidays is bullshit. These taxes, bullshit. It's in the Bible. We're not even supposed to be paying taxes. It's in the Bible. I can't think, you know, Google some shit, nigga. I can't think right now. I used to remember it, but, you know, shit, I got a lot on my mind, goddammit. So, life insurance, they never had that shit. It just started, when that crack cocaine came, motherfuckers kept coming up with ideas to get money. And so, you know, they, you know, played on that shit. And so they said, okay, we'll do insurance and we'll do life insurance. It wasn't even car insurance when I first got my license when I was about 18 years old. It wasn't even car insurance. You didn't even need that shit. Now it's taxes, it's car insurance, it's this, that, and all that. So that, I'm just saying this to say, you know, when is enough is enough. Is it going to ever be enough? You understand what I'm saying? Because my people generated so much. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no way in hell I'm supposed to be in this trap house and shit. I ain't gonna be here long, nigga. I'm gonna be like a gypsy. I'm just gonna move around on these bitches and shit for real like I was when I was younger. That's all I do. Because I knew then they was just take me in for the money, and I'll do some, and I'll move on to the next place and move on, keep moving and move. But they really trying to, discredit me and, in my life and stuff, because if my child is out there, whoever has my child, you understand what I'm saying, for real, due to some sneak attacks, they only want it for the money, but they probably can't get it until I die. I remember going to a funeral with my name on it. You understand what I'm saying? Me, my ex-girlfriend, LaWanda Joy Jacobs, and my so-called friend, Dwayne Lewis, we went to my so-called mother